Hello and welcome to News Central Now on News Central Television with me, Blessings Mosugu. Now we start this hour in West Africa where, ahead of Nigeria's presidential inauguration, the Canadian Minister for Housing, Diversity and Inclusion, Hussein Ahmed, arrived in Nigeria on Sunday. He was not the only one who arrived early. Other heads of state include the President of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, Senegalese President Macky Sall, President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, President of the Gambia, Adama Barrow, and a host of other distinguished guests. Movements around Eagle Square have been restricted from Friday till tomorrow, Tuesday, 30th of May 2023. Meanwhile, Nigerians in South Africa have raised concerns over the political and economic instability in Nigeria and are calling on the incoming President Bola Tinubu to bring about a change. Many of them say they would want to go back home to a better Nigeria where the youths will get employed. Meanwhile, economic experts have warned that the rising poverty level in Nigeria would have more adverse impact on the economy and further worsen the security challenges in the country. Now, over the years, the rising cost of living has led to many youths leaving the country for greener pastures.
Yes, Nigeria will be inaugurating the new president. I have serious mixed feelings about this. As a true and patriotic Nigerian who understands democracy, the last election did not reflect that, because you would observe that majority of the Nigerians are unhappy. We had lots of first-time voters who believed that there could be a change in Nigeria polity, and they were highly disappointed because of the manners in which the elections were conducted. And up till now, the matters are still in court.
Well, now to further discuss this, I'm now joined by Senior Lecturer at Durban University of Technology, Dr. Omololu Fagbadebo. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining me on the news.
Good morning, Bongari. Good morning, viewers.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you. Now, Doctor, we see what the economy in Nigeria is like currently, and a lot of people are hopeful that the new economy, the new administration will bring about a change. What are your expectations for the new president's economic policy, and how do you think that they will impact Nigeria's overall economic growth?
Thank you, Bongani. Nigerians are expectant of a better economic outlook in this new government. For the past 8 years, Nigerians have been suffering under an excruciating economic conditions, and because of that, so many things have gone wrong. Electricity is near to nothing. The exchange rates is on the high side, thereby leading to inflation and high cost of products. Given this problem, Nigerians who seems to have lost confidence in government is trying to say that, okay, maybe they can see something better coming from government. And this government will do better if it can address the dwindling economic fortunes of the country by making us to have a single exchange rate, whereby there's no black market, there's no official rate, that there will be just only one exchange rate to stabilize the naira and then to stabilize the economy. The government has a huge responsibility to instill trust in citizens in terms of its ability to shore up the economy and promote an inclusive governance that will take away the pains of the past 8 years in the lives of citizens.
All right, Doctor, still talking about the political landscape, what do you see it turning into under the new administration, especially looking at how the last election turned out with a lot of corruption and alleged, rigging and all of that? How do you think that the politics in Nigeria will start to promote democratic values based on the new administration?
Unfortunately, the political landscape is very, very slippery. Slippery because the country is highly divided. Highly divided because between what I call the new movement and the established structure. The new movement is represented by the youths who are eager for a change. And then the old regime or the old generation is represented by the previous political leadership that have been in charge of what I call the corruption pandemic in the country. And unfortunately, the new government represents that generation of old. So the country is divided. The only thing the government can do is to make sure that if it can come up with a new orientation that makes monetization of politics a thing of the past. But I doubt if this could be, because we can see that with the concept of a Milocon, which brought Tinubu into power, both at the primary of the primary election of the party, it shows that the old order in terms of political corruption, in terms of adherence to power, we continue. That's my fear. And I'm coordinated opposition. Opposition not only from those who are in government, but from from the citizens who are well informed now about what it means to be a leader. So the political landscape is slippery. The political landscape is dangerous. The new government has to tread it softly in a bid to bring about a change in the political orientation of citizens, to know that, okay, well, something new can come out of this bad experience we've had in the past.
Okay, Dr. Molulu,
they are the ones
Dr. Molulu, let's also look at how Nigeria plays a part in shaping the future of Africa. And still talking about politics, do you think that with all the political prospects from this new administration, that Nigeria will have what it takes to be a major part of building Africa as a whole and as a continent? Doctor, can you hear me?
Nigeria as a country is, yes, I can hear you. I'm responding now.
Go ahead, please.
That Nigeria as a country has played vital role in Africa. And we could say that Nigeria is an hegemon in African politics. But unfortunately, the domestic wellness of the country has reduced its strength in terms of being an effective actor in the regional, in the continental politics. The potentials are there. If only the government can show up this potential by reducing the extent of the corruption in the domestic affairs, then it will be able to go out and assert its authority and superiority in the continental politics. The potentials are there. We have, in terms of human resources, in terms of material resources, we have the potential. But the leadership factor is very, very crucial. If the leadership factor could be redressed and flowed in the continental politics in Africa.
All right, Senior Lecturer at Durban University of Technology, Dr. Fagbadiola, thank you so much for joining us.